Hello and welcome back to the Women's War week by week. Any historian will tell you that when you get an idea about something that happened in the past and start to look for evidence to either support or refute your theory, many surprises await you. One idea that we have about women in the First World War is that they generally worked together to support the war effort, and that those units who went overseas to help the wounded cooperated closely, at least within their own unit. But this was not always the case, so I thought I would tell you this week about 51-year-old author May Sinclair. In September 1914, May, like hundreds of her compatriots, was desperate to do her bit for the war effort. When she heard that a friend, Hector Munro, was seeking to put together a volunteer ambulance unit to help the Belgians, she offered both her money and her services. Both were accepted, although almost certainly because Munro felt that he could not take the money without taking May as well. However, she and 12 other well-meaning individuals were soon on their way. May's ill-defined roles included being Keeper of the Funds, a position for which she was, by her own admission, ill-suited. Whilst thousands of women found themselves admirably able to cope with what she refers to as the horror of bloody bandages and mangled bodies, she could not. Despite the thrill of being in a military hospital under military orders, her shortcomings became painfully apparent, and within a month she was left floundering, feeling like a large and useless parcel which the commandant had brought with him in sheer absence of mind, and was now anxious to lose or otherwise get rid of. Unceremoniously returned to England, she began working on her memories of this inglorious episode. These were eventually published in September 1915. The poem, which opens her painful Journal of Impressions in Belgium, is dedicated to the women she feels stole her dream of finding a role in time of war. Dated 8th of March 1915, she must have been working on this carefully crafted poem for several weeks before she was satisfied with it. It sums up her bitterness towards those who profited from her generosity and her sense of deep rejection by those she had so longed to work with. Come back next time and I'll read the poem, To a Field Ambulance in Flanders, for you.